Now, one other thing, yeah, I wanted to talk about was this also with supporting as parents, supporting our kids to commit to things, to follow through on some of their activities. This is out of school, of course, because they have no choice with school, ridiculous as that is, in many cases. Yeah, so commitment and follow through and persistence in a way, like hanging in there with things that they enjoy doing. Now, this is a big area for parents and one that is not clear because every parent, of course, wants their kid to carry on with the things that they're good at, to carry on with the clubs, carry on with the activities, keep going, and keep the passion alive. And so often that is just like poison to the parental pressure or the parental cajoling or our kind of overdoing it and sort of not giving them the option to choose, and just mishandling that can just kill it off. And then we end up like, he's given up this or she's given up this, and we know it's not quite right. Like something rankles because we know that really we might have been able somehow to keep that going, keep that love alive. So this is a very profound line to find, and it came up for me with my son's cricket just like a night ago, yesterday. Yeah. And he's loves cricket. He begs me to play cricket with him in the garden. I posted something in this group of him like smashing a ball. He's a natural, and I know he loves it. And so there we've got this brilliant cricket club down the road. We played once. He went with his sister, and his sister didn't really want to do it afterwards, so she came away going, no, I didn't really like it. And he was like, yes, loved it. We come to this week and suddenly he doesn't want to go. So there we are, they're having scones for tea before cricket, and he doesn't want to go. And so just looking around for all those reasons, everything that might be holding him back from wanting to go. His sister's not going, and that's a big deal. He'd have to go on his own. The social anxiety, which is also like a big topic for today. This is what I wanted to talk about just to at the end of this live now, is like encouraging our kids to get back into it, to get back into the groups, but not forcing them. Got to find the line, so we've all become a bit isolated and a bit kind of stay at home. And so, I know many of my students have needed a bit of a nudge. They've needed to just be brave and show up to the first week, the first couple of weeks. And the parents have definitely been active in support of that without pushing too hard, without, imploding the whole situation and having a reaction. Just supporting them to like get back in there, get back into the hockey, get back into scouts or cadets or whatever it is. And in my case, get back into cricket. So we sat there for a good 20 minutes, half an hour, just going over it, just going like, what is it like? It's such a shame. And, like it would be great, but, it's up to you. And, trying just to leave the decision with him, but also knowing that if we could do anything to get him there, that it could produce now years of cricket, or like that's it, it's over. So it's a big thing to handle. And in the end, we just went on and on about it, and also like a bit of like lots of space in between. I was just thinking like, how can I help him make this decision and not force him into making this decision, but just being unsure, like that he doesn't really know why, or he can't really tell us why. And in the end, we we just kind of any which way we could hang in there peacefully and get him out the door and get him in the car. And in the end, it came down to chocolate ice cream. I'm not proud of it, but in the end, like that was perfect. We just went, okay, listen, trust us that you're going to really, that you will enjoy. I think you'll really enjoy it. And if you don't want to do it after this week, or if we try it a couple more weeks or whatever, and you really don't want to do it, then fine. But, let's just get in the car. You'll have chocolate ice cream when you come back. And, that seemed to be enough. We'd gone on about it enough. And so jumped in the car and went to cricket, really enjoyed it. We're registering, we're signing up. Like I say, it could be years of cricket. And this is like such a typical parenting challenge where that We know that as parents. We think we know exactly what's best for our kids. But the problem is that when we get these kind of wins, we often kind of rub their faces in it a bit. Like, I don't plan to use that as ammunition the next time this comes up. It might be a reference point, but I really understand all of his reasons for not wanting to go again. Like, oh, he's got to go on his own. Doesn't know anyone really there, hasn't really settled in, a bit tired after a day of school, loads of things, tons of things. But so, yeah, this is just an interesting topic. I hope you can all relate, and it resonates with you, this idea of like how to support the clubs and the activities, and also the fact that we do need to rehabilitate ourselves after COVID. We need to support our children to get back into some of the things also that do break up their screen time, the in-bedroom time, just to give them some outside people. We know how nourishing and health giving, and just how balancing that is for lifestyle at any age, but definitely in the teenage as well. Yeah, so I don't know if I've given a very conclusive guidance on it. It's just an example, really, of the parental challenge and the patience needed, the patience to just hang in there. My real takeaway from the cricket discussion was just don't make it. I have to stop myself from just bringing the hammer down and just going, okay, right, fine, let's just not go. Or, you know, well, that's more likely for me to do than to go just get in the car and like force them in the car. um so yeah, just keeping it open, being gentle, like making sure that they are part of that process, because otherwise each week it keeps coming, right? Cricket, I don't want to go, or whatever it might be. There's still that sense of like, I got forced. Somehow it gets computed. So we have to be pretty pure and pretty clear and open about really how we encourage them, how we do make sure that we encourage their participation and also allow them to choose. So it's a very, very difficult juggle. Very pleased with our result. And I know there'll be many more challenges to come where we won't get the result. And who knows, week to week, it's going to change anyways.